Have you ever read the story of Jesus cursing the fig tree and thought, wait, that seems harsh? 1 minute, Jesus is hungry. The next, he's withering a tree because it had no fruit. No warning. No second chance. Just judgment. What's really going on here? The answer will change how you see your own life and the kind of fruit you're producing. 1. The moment that confused millions. Jesus walks up to a fig tree in full leaf. It looks healthy, vibrant, like it should have fruit. But when he checks, nothing. Just leaves. No figs. And in an instant, he curses it. May no one ever eat fruit from you again. By the next day, the tree is dead from the roots up. If this feels extreme, you're not alone. Even the disciples were shocked. But here's the key. This was not about hunger. This was a living parable. Think about the last time you saw something that looked perfect on the surface but was empty inside. Maybe it was a beautifully wrapped gift with nothing in the box. Or a social media post showing a perfect life that you knew was staged. That's exactly what Jesus saw in the fig tree, all the outward signs of fruitfulness, but no actual fruit. The leaves were a promise without fulfillment. And here's what's chilling. The tree was not just lacking fruit. It was incapable of producing any. The text says it was not the season for figs, yet Jesus still expected something. Why? Because fig trees in that region often produce small, early figs before the main harvest. No fruit at all meant the tree was barren at its core. This moment was not impulsive, it was intentional. Jesus often used physical objects to teach spiritual truths. The fig tree was no exception. His curse was not about anger, it was about urgency. He was showing his disciples, and us, that God rejects empty religion. The tree had one job: bear figs. When it failed at its purpose, it was worse than useless, it was misleading. 2. The fig tree was not just a tree. In the Bible, fig trees symbolize Israel, God's people. And this tree? It had all the signs of life, but no fruit. Just like the religious leaders of Jesus' day. They had the robes, the rituals, the reputation, but no love, no compassion, no real connection with God. Jesus was not mad about figs. He was exposing a deadly hypocrisy, looking productive without being productive. The symbolism cuts even deeper when you realize this happened during Passover week, when Jerusalem was packed with pilgrims. The temple courts were full of people buying sacrifices, a system Jesus would overturn just hours later. The fig tree and the temple were parallel warnings. Israel had become all ceremony, no covenant. They kept the feasts but forgot justice. They tithed mint but neglected mercy. This was not just a problem for ancient Jews. Every generation faces the same temptation. Churches can become museums for saints instead of hospitals for sinners. Personal faith can devolve into checking boxes, attendance, giving, serving, while the heart grows cold. The fig tree's fate forces a question: are we cultivating leaves or fruit? 3. Here's the hope you might have missed. This story is not just about judgment, it's about invitation. Right after this, Jesus clears the temple, shouting, "My house will be called a house of prayer." He's making space for something new. The withered tree? A warning. The temple cleansing? A fresh start. God is not looking for perfect performances. He's looking for authenticity. And that's good news for anyone who's ever felt like they're faking it. The hope here is revolutionary. Jesus does not just condemn the barren tree, he offers himself as the solution. When he clears the temple, he quotes Isaiah 56 verse 7, calling it a house of prayer for all nations. The original context? God promising to welcome even foreigners and outcasts if they love him. The withered tree showed the consequence of empty religion. The temple cleansing showed the alternative: raw, real connection with God. This is the heart of the gospel. God is not fooled by appearances, but he's also not deterred by failure. The same Jesus who judged the fig tree would soon take the curse of barrenness on himself. On the cross, he became the root out of dry ground. Isaiah 53 verse 2. So we could be grafted into the true vine. 4. The modern-day fig trees. Let's get real. We've all seen this play out today. The influencer with millions of followers but no integrity. The CEO who preaches ethics while exploiting workers. The Christian who posts Bible verses but gossips nonstop. Looking fruitful is not the same as being fruitful. And deep down, we all know the difference. Modern fig trees are everywhere. Think of the politician who campaigns on family values but cheats on their spouse. The wellness guru who sells authenticity while photoshopping their photos. Even in our personal lives, We post about gratitude but complain privately. We judge others for flaws we excuse in ourselves. The scariest part? We often do not realize we're doing it. Like the fig tree, we assume leaves are enough. But Jesus' standard is startlingly simple. By their fruits you will know them. Not by their potential. Not by their image. By what they actually produce. 5. Why this should terrify and free you. Here's the uncomfortable truth. God cares more about your private fruit than your public image. That secret generosity? The forgiveness no one sees? The patience when you're exhausted? That's the real harvest. The fig tree reminds us, you cannot fake fruit. But here's the freedom, you do not have to. God does not expect you to manufacture growth. He just asks you to abide in Him. This should shake us, but also steady us. God's judgment on hypocrisy is not capricious, it's consistent. He hates pretense because it hurts people. Fake fruit misleads the hungry. But His solution is not try harder, it's come closer. Imagine two trees. One strains to produce figs, its branches cracking under the effort. The other simply drinks from a hidden stream, its fruit growing naturally. That's the difference between religion. The first leads to exhaustion. The second leads to harvest. 6. The surprising science of real growth. Studies show plants thrive when rooted in rich soil, not when forced to produce. Same with us. Jesus said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Not try harder. Not fake it till you make it. Just stay connected. Your job is not to strain for fruit. It's to stay close to the source. Botanists know stressed plants often produce showy leaves, but little fruit. They're surviving, not thriving. Humans are the same. Anxiety, performance pressure, and people-pleasing drain our spiritual roots. But research also shows plants recover when returned to ideal conditions: sunlight, water, nutrients. Jesus' command to abide, John 15 verse 4, is divine horticulture. It means resting in His love, not earning it. The fruit? It's not your achievement. It's His life flowing through you. Ever notice how apples do not stress about being apples? They just grow. 7. How to spot empty leaves in your life. Ever feel like you're busy but not productive? Like you're doing a lot, but it does not matter? That's the fig tree warning. Take inventory. Where are you all show? No substance. Maybe it's that relationship you've neglected. The passion you've buried under busy work. The calling you're avoiding. Time to prune the leaves and make room for fruit. Empty leaves often masquerade as productivity. Answering every email but ignoring your kids. Serving on every committee but never praying. Even good things become barren when they're disconnected from purpose. Try this test. What's one area where you're expending energy but seeing no eternal impact? That might be a leaf needing pruning. And here's the relief. Pruning is not punishment. It's the gardener's care. He cuts back what's fruitless so what remains can flourish. 8. The 3 signs of real fruit. Jesus did not curse the tree for having small or unripe figs. He cursed it for having none. So what counts as fruit? First, love, not just feelings, but action. Second, character, patience, kindness, self-control. Third, impact, lives changed because of you. Not flashy, not viral, just real. Jesus' brother James put it bluntly. Faith without works is dead. Real fruit always serves others. Love feeds the hungry. Character stays kind under pressure. Impact leaves a legacy. Contrast this with cultural metrics, likes, titles, or bank balances. None are evil, but none are fruit. A fig tree is not judged by its height or shade, but by whether it feeds people. Neither are we. 9. What to do when you feel fruitless. Maybe you're reading this thinking, I'm the fig tree. You've been going through the motions, feeling empty. Here's the game changer. The same Jesus who judged hypocrisy died to give you a fresh start. The cross is proof. He'd rather kill your fakeness than condemn you for it. If you're feeling like the cursed tree today, hear this. The same Jesus who spoke judgment also spoke grace to the woman caught in adultery, to the thief on the cross, to Peter after denial. His harshness toward hypocrisy is matched only by his tenderness toward the honest sinner. The cross proves God would rather die than live without you. The resurrection proves He can make even dead things fruitful. Your past barrenness is not the end. It's the setup for a miracle. 10. The secret of the cursed tree, that withered fig tree? It was not just a warning. It was a sign. Days later, Jesus would hang on a cross, judged as the unfruitful one, so we could be made new. The curse He spoke over the tree? He absorbed it Himself. And in its place, he offers this. You did not choose me. I chose you to go and bear fruit that lasts. So here's my question for you. What kind of tree are you? All leaves? Or deep roots and real fruit? If this hit home, hit like, and tell me in the comments, what's one area where you want to grow real fruit this year? And if you're ready to go deeper, subscribe. Because the best fruit? It grows over time. Let's grow together.